Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I've been looking at my new account, and as I've been playing around with stuff that I haven't seen before, or I haven't seen in a very long time, I wanted to make a video on teams that I am seeing new players use. 3 teams specifically. And the first one is clearly the Phoenix, right? We all know that the Phoenix team is quite possibly the best starter team in the game. It has a number of great characters that aren't necessarily amazing end game characters, but they're really great tanks that kind of push things along, right? And by tanks, I mean, they just keep moving your process forward. If you look at the Phoenix squad, you have Ezra, who is a pretty great character. He's good as a beginner. He's good end game. He's a pretty solid character. Kanan, also great. Sabine's got some great skills. And I think that these, while they have definitely had their time in the sun, I think that it's possible that we could see them eventually return either as a group or individually, to some form of value. But what's great about these characters is who they unlock, right? Thrawn is an amazing character. We all know it. We all love it. If you're an in-game player, you absolutely know it. If you're new, Thrawn is one of the best characters to start with. He was an early to mid-level legendary character, and he's just fantastic on defense. He's a character when I'm using my Imperial team that I still use all the time, and I think a lot of people do as well. Thrawn is like key to having a successful future. And to get Thrawn, you need Phoenix. But also another key feature to that is Grandmaster Yoda. Grandmaster Yoda is just hands down freaking awesome. Like, everyone loves Grandmaster Yoda. He's amazing. He's wonderful. But to unlock Grandmaster Yoda, you need Jedi. Now, because Ezra and Kanan are great, they're freaking Jedi right off the bat. So you go through here in this journey guide, you see a lot of these great characters, and many of them are unlocked with the Phoenix team. Now, the next one that I wanted to mention is Geonosians. Now, the Geonosians are a solid character, or a solid team. I love the Geos. They're a lot of fun. They are incredibly important for end-game play. I mean, right now, if you are playing the dark side Geonosian territory battle, you know just how important they are. I've been, on my personal account, I have been trying to get my Geos to relic level so that I can be competitive, so that I can be beneficial to my guild end game, right? So I've got my Geos to, most of them I just leveled up Pago the Lesser, which was kind of a frustrating thing, but I got him to, level 1 for sure, and I should be getting him to level 2 or 3 here in the next couple of days. But it's one of those things that I love the Geos. They're great with ships. The starting Geonosian ships are wonderful, and when you can unlock all 3 of them, they're still pretty potent in a few different areas of the game. I mean, in a few different areas of ships, and so they're good. The problem that I'm seeing with the Geonosians is they're really the best, they're really optimal when you have Geonosian Brood Alpha. He's kind of the linchpin to the Geonosian faction. And as a starting player, as much as I want to tell everyone, hey, yeah, go after the Geos, you can't unlock Geonosian Brood Alpha until Tier 8 Section D or Point D or whatever you want to call it. And so because you're not going to get there right off the bat, and it's going to take you some time to get there, it doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. And so as I'm going through and I'm playing my arena shard, and I got to say, guys, and this new test account, or this new account that I'm testing out, like, I'm going in every day to do my dailies, but I'm not spending much more time than that. And so I'm not leveling up as necessarily quickly as I'd like. But what I'm also not seeing is I'm not seeing a lot of Geos in Squad Arena. no matter how often I refresh, no matter how often I go forward, the only Geo that I really see geared up or geared out is the Geonosian soldier, and that's the one that I have. I've got him to like level star number 5. I've got him to like gear 7. He's not great, and I've been spending time trying to unlock my Geos, but as I've been doing it, it's just a lot more difficult. Had I put in all of that time and effort towards the Phoenix team, I really think that I would have been a lot further than I am today with this account. But it's definitely a live and learn situation. But the one team that I've noticed that consistently does fairly well and is definitely relevant in the game right now, and I hands down surprised by, is the First Order. Now, the First Order is a very farmable team. You've got a lot of characters all over the place. You've got Captain Phasma. Now, she is due for kind of a rework or an upgrade soon, in my opinion. So farming her is not a terrible idea. Now, she's definitely not the best leader of the First Order, but as a starting leader, she is definitely a utilitarian leader. She's good enough to start out. First Order Executioner is solid. He is amazing and is farmable at Cantina Battle like level 2. Like, you can farm him over and over and over and over again, and it's very simple and easy to get him to 7-star. I mean, you got to put in the time, you got to put in the effort, but it's easy to get him 7-star, and he doesn't need a ton of like really painful things to gear. And you jump over, you've got First Order Officer. Again, not a difficult person. Squad Cantina battle shipments, right? As long as you're participating in the battle, if you're doing refreshes in Cantina to unlock First Order Executioner, you're going to be earning Squad Arena Battle shipment tokens. And so you're going to be able to farm him. Now, you may get 10 shards a day, you may only get 5, you may be able to get 15 a day, depending on how often you're refreshing and how many, Cantina credits you're actually earning. But this is one of those characters that, again, not incredibly useful off the bat, but later on in Sith Triumvirate Raid, he can be very useful on a First Order team, but still not terrible. Not terrible at all, and I like that. Now, probably the hardest, or one of the hardest characters to unlock at this point is the Stormtrooper, right? First Order Stormtrooper. He's kind of your first tank, right? Unless you're getting Kylo Ren, which very tanky. I do suggest getting Kylo Ren pretty quickly if you are new to the game. Both Kylo Ren Unmasked and Kylo Ren, great additional characters, great characters. But what's interesting about this character, and some of these other characters that I've already mentioned, as you're going through and doing these like introductory activities, as you're going through and kind of learning how the game is played, different how team structures are going, you're getting these characters. You're getting them not necessarily unlocked, but you're getting them to be, you're getting shards. Now, that is going to help you to unlock a lot of these characters. I mean, it's not going to give you the character right off the bat, but it is going to allow you to really move forward if you're focused. Now, TIE Fighter Pilot and TIE Fighter First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot are two characters. I mean, I really want them to be amazing, and they were good for a time. They haven't had their heyday. It's been a while since we've seen them in like incredibly amazing. They were never incredibly amazing. They were really good for a time, but not incredibly. Special Forces TIE Fighter Pilot was never amazing. Both solid. The fact that their ships are in the game now, the fact that we have the finalizer coming to the game, and people are starting to get him, starting to unlock him. This is a hands down great team to start with. And I'm not necessarily surprised to see it because it is currently relevant in the game now. It is definitely a beneficial team, right? You do need this team to unlock BB-8, which then, helps other characters. So I see the benefit here. I'm kind of shocked to see them farmed so early on in the game. But what's interesting too is with the First Order, some of these other teams at lower levels don't do well against the First Order. Not like amazingly well. And if you're not familiar with how the First Order mechanics are played, it can throw you off. Now, that's been something that I've had to go back through because as I've been farming my characters, and again, I was focused on Geonosians for a time. I should have been focused on the Phoenix team. But what I'm seeing is a lot of the characters that I've created really don't stand up as well to the synergy that is present in the First Order, especially at lower levels. Now, again, I'm not saying that you should farm one or the other, but those are the three teams that are clearly like in vogue right now that people are talking about. Phoenix, hands down, you've got to farm eventually. Get it out of the way. The synergy there is really good. If you can get the synergy working for you, if you can gear them up together, and I think that's probably the key with all of these things. If you can find a team that is synergistic, and these three are probably the most synergistic teams that are available early on in the game and upgradable early on in the game, just level them up together. Don't level one up higher than the other. Just keep going, right? Get them, rising tide raises all ships. But I gotta say that it's been really impressive to me to see the First Order focused on by a number of these new beginning players. And so I don't know. These are just some tips for new players. If you are interested, please leave a comment in the section below. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll respond. I'll get feedback to you guys. I am really interested to see as I progress how my account continues forward. This is definitely something that is fascinating to me. It's probably not something that I'll continue forever. I like it, of course, but it's, neither here nor there, to be honest. I'm just doing it to kind of test to see how a new player goes, how new players actually begin. And it's been a very eye-opening experience for me. As an in-game player, I'm facing problems I've never faced before because I was beyond those issues when they came up. So this has been Thaddeus. Like, subscribe, share. Check out the links in the section below where you can try a free Audible account. You can check out the What Would Hondo Do t-shirt. Help support the channel. Like, subscribe, share. And as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.